Good morning, class. This is Tim Tomlanovich. This is Learning Plan 1 for Introduction to Civil Engineering Technology. All right, so printing versus lettering. So why do we need to print and letter? Okay, so this is very important. And basically, this lesson is I need to retrain your hand and your brain to print in all capital letters, because a lot of our data is written in field notebooks, laboratory sheets, etc. And it's very important that it's legible when it comes back into the office to turn it into an electronic format. Okay, so this is why this lesson is here. Is just to figure this out. Printing versus lettering. All right. So why is printing and lettering important? So I have this video here. So this is a pile driver. Okay. Every time that hammer hits, I'm counting the blows. Okay. Then I'm writing the total number of blows per foot that pile goes in the ground. Okay. So that's a steel pipe pile. And this is a diesel hammer driving that pile into the ground, okay? And you can see there's numbers on here, 75 feet, 80 feet. So I need to know how deep I am. So I need to be able to read it, right? Okay, so I'm counting. Okay, so that's what that's all about, okay? So, all right, so if I look here, this was a project I'm on, so that pile that I was driving is every single one of these little circles here. Okay, I'm gonna go get my laser pointer out here. Every single one of these I had to drive. I had to count. It had to be a certain depth, and I had to have a certain amount of blows per foot to resist this foundation to hold up this skyscraper. This is downtown Milwaukee. Okay. So every time if I look at this here. Here's my depth, and here's my blows per foot as I go down, okay? And then as I get to 58, I was down, let's see, yes, I was down 64 feet. I had 58 blows, okay? And this is my stroke, how high that hammer went. So if you can see this, I can read these numbers. See all this information? 300 tons. It's legible, right? Okay. So it's very important. So this was a document that went into the file. This was sent in on a daily basis to prove that the pile met resistance for the design to hold up that skyscraper. Okay. So can you imagine if I sent this in and you couldn't read my numbers or couldn't read anything? Okay. That'd be bad, okay, because you can only drive that pile once. So this is why I'm going over the severity of you being able to write is very important, because you are the eyes and ears of the engineers in the field. So we need to be able to look at your data, review it, and approve it. Okay, so that's why I kind of show you that video, how important it is, because what your data means a lot to us. Okay. So if you can look here, here's that same project. Here's all the piles that we're driving in. So here's depths. So this was 95 feet from the tip. I would have drove it 95 feet if this was flush to the ground. Okay. So this is a construction site. We're always writing things down. Okay. So printing, everyday work. Letters written in all capital letters. Slight differences between writers. Takes time and patience. I want you to get to here. Okay, I know there's technology now. We just need to be able to read your writing. Lettering is sketches and drawings only. Letters are also written in capital letters. They look the same no matter who wrote them. So those days are gone that we can all write the same, okay? Because when construction plan sets were made, they were hand drawn. So no matter who did them, they all look the same, but that's not the case anymore because we have technology, okay? So this takes much more practice. So I want you to be in this area right here, printing, all capital letters, okay? All right. So I'm going to let you read these rules because it'll be easier if I show you an example. Here's basic rules. Okay. All right. So just pretend when you're going through these rules, just think about reading a book. So the letters are spaced closely, but they're not touching, right? That's why I'm having you use engineering paper so that you can use that grid line to help you keep your letters the same height all the way across. There's more space between the letters, or I'm sorry, between the words. Okay. So it's just gotta make it readable. I'm not expecting perfection, but I'm expecting improvement throughout this semester. Okay. All right, so here is something to help you, guide you, if you can't remember how to do this. So I'm not expecting you to do it the same every time, okay? But this will help you. I want you to notice 8s, I prefer the snowman 8s, the 9s, okay, the 4s, I like the little thing on there, okay? As long as it's legible, as long as it's the same every time how you do it, your technique, how you distinguish between your letters, that is fine, because as long as it's neat, all right? So this is just to help you just in case you forgot how to form letters and numbers, okay? All right. So here's some more information to help you. Okay. See, the letters these aren't touching. There's space between words. See, these are they call these guidelines right here. So that's what the engineering paper is for. You have a grid, so you can keep the letters all the same height. Okay? So these are some examples. So depending on the drawing title. So nowadays this is all done via computer, AutoCAD, Civil 3D. Okay? So it's always important that you skip a space on the engineering paper between this line and this line, okay? The space between the lines can be equal to 1 height of the lettering for engineering paper, right? And I'll show you that. So, here we go. Look at this. Good lettering example, printing example, okay? This is very well printing. Very well lettering. This is printing, okay? So if you look here, the difference between the two, this is, because we have to write fast, but you also have to make it legible. So this is legible, but as you can look, the spacing isn't on all the same. The lines move up and down. The letters are readable, so you can kind of tell the difference. So you choose which one you want to do, okay? So again, practice. I'm not expecting perfection. So this is awesome. I can't even write this well. This is okay, this is suitable. It's readable, okay? But I want you to strive for this, strive for that, okay? So when you do your assignment, this is basically what you're going to end up doing. You're going to do 10 A's through Z's, right? Okay, then you're going to do numbers 0 through 9, and then you're going to write this letter down here. Good letter makes a good sketch better. Try to get it all in one page, okay? All right, so that's what your assignment is going to entail, is this basically creating these letters just to get practice creating them. And, okay, so with that, I will start you out. Where is that? So if I go here, okay, if you have not seen the orientation video, please review that. Here's some more information on civil engineering. Here's the lecture notes that I just went through. Here's your assignment. Okay, here's the assignment. Okay, because we're not face-to-face, you don't have to show me your first 2 letters, okay? So this is, again, basically that's what it should look like when it's done, okay? So with that, I'm going to go to the document cam. So I just want to make sure you know where it is. Okay, and then once I do an example here, I'll show you how to submit it. Okay, so here's your assignment. All right, so going to the document cam. So in the syllabus, when you read the syllabus, how I cement things. So Tim, see, all capital letters, about the height of this engineering paper. Okay. LP1. Lettering. Page 1 of, see, I don't know how many pages I'm going to have. So if you go to a second page, don't worry about it. You know, because every style is going to be different. All right, so let me zoom in a little bit here. That's because I have to there we go. I had it unlocked. Okay, so let me lock this again. All right, so my height of my letter should be the height of engineering paper. Use a mechanical pencil. So use the box as your gauge. A. So see, they're all the same height. Okay, they're not touching, and you're going to do that 10 times. Now I'm going to skip a space, and then I'm going to write my B. My B's are horrible. B. Okay. Don't be afraid to erase and do it over, so you just get a good feeling. And if you want to do more than 10, that's fine. B. Okay, see, I'm varying. See this height here? It didn't reach that line. So I'm going to erase that guy. Make them the same. Same height. Uniformity. It's a little better. Okay. C. 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 Okay. All right. And then over, I'm going to do all my letters down here, and then over here I'm going to do my numbers. 0. Oops, see, I didn't go. It's tough, isn't it? 0. See that space there? Too big, right? Because remember, you got to pretend like you're 0. Now, some people like to put a, that's fine. So, distinguish between an O and a 0. Okay. I'm skipping a space. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. 2, 2, 2. So you notice I don't do the curly Q's down there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right. So key is 9. See, I did the snowflake or the snowman 8s, 9. Is that make sure it's closed. Okay. So I can go through all the letters here. D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, oops, move it up here, P, Q, R, S, T, so get the rest of this, U, V, W, X, Y. Oops, I ran out of room. So if you want to put your Z's over here, that's fine. Z. And then up here, again, remember, good lettering makes a good sketch better. So once I get my 10 in, let me go back to here. Once I get my 10 letters in here, fine in here, it can go under several lines. So good. Lettering makes good sketch better. Okay? Don't forget that. So I'm okay, you know, some of mine weren't all the same height, but it just takes practice. Okay? So we want to be able to read your numbers and letters. That's the key to this. All right, so once I get this all done, once you get it all done, what you're going to do is you're going to scan it. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the printer. You use your ID to log into a printer. You put it on the top, and you hit scan and send, and you hit send to myself. Okay, and once you hit send to yourself, it'll come to your NWTC email, and then and make sure it's in the PDF format. And then once that is, you need to put it in your OneDrive under your Intro to Civil, and then you need to rename the file and put LP1 lettering dash your last name, and then you can submit it into Blackboard. Okay, if you need help with that, if I'm around, let me know. I can show you how to use that. Okay, so where do I submit it? Okay, so LP1, right? When is this due? Next week. I go browse my computer. Okay, I go find it in my OneDrive, hit open. Okay, and then I hit submit, and then I wait till I see an email. All right, and that will be for Learning Plan 1. Okay, so another thing you want to do before you submit it in Blackboard, open up the PDF and make sure it's actually upright. Okay, so where do I know how to submit things? So if I go back into the syllabus quick here. All right. Okay. So if I look right here, okay, I want it in one single PDF, so you can scan them all into one PDF. So don't forget about your page numbers. So I only use one page, so I have one of one. Okay, scan it, rename it, and then you attach it. Okay, so that is how Learning Plan 1. So take your time, redo it. I want you to get practice. So I'm going to grade this on the effort you put in this to retrain your brain and your hand, which is going to be sore, to write letters neatly in all capital letters. Okay, so if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.